Hey guys, it's Anna back with a new mic, which is probably worse than the other one, but I'm really lazy. I don't really feel like plugging it in, so I'm just gonna record it like this, and plus I have to try it out, so why not do it for a vid. I don't know if you'll ever hear me from this mic again, but it's a lot easier to do this because I can move my head around and stuff, but that's besides the point. I'm here with Quarantine Draft League Season, I believe, 3. I'm actually filling in for a coach, so this is kind of a quote-unquote draft recap. No offense, but I really did not like the draft I was given with. First off, in this draft, you have 110 points to pick, I believe, 9 to 11 mons or something like that, or 8 to 10 mons or something like that. And the person who was before me picked, I believe, picked 9, which is the least, so it is 9 to 11. So that's really annoying, and yeah, I pretty much had to drop only 4 and add 6 instead of drop 6, add 6, which is what I was probably going to do, or drop 6, add 8. But that's besides the point. I want to really blow up this team. But yeah, I disagree with some of these, but I couldn't really drop them. The original team had things like Mega Houndoom on it, and it had Tornadus Therian, which I do like Tornadus Therian, but I've already used it before, and I didn't really want to use it again, so yeah, I kind of wanted to just blow it up, and yeah, I left some of the months. I'll tell you which months I left, and which ones I wanted to trade away, or which ones I did trade away. And yeah, so I guess we can get on to the video. So with my quote-unquote first pick, or the highest point tier mon, whatever, at 16 points, it's Zeraora. This was given to me. It was already on my team, and I have used Zeraora in the past. I think it's a really fun mon. It has a physical sets and special sets. It gets wide access to moves, gets Blaze Kick, Aura Sphere, obviously Plasma Fist. It can run heavy duty boost with Volt Switch, and OU and all that. So this mon can do a lot of things. It can pivot. It can be an offensive threat, but it is a really threatening mon. It has a really high speed tier at 143, with decent enough defenses. 75-80 with 88 HP isn't bad defensively. So we'll see how that works for the season. But yeah, Zeraora is a lot of fun. This mon actually outpaces Dragapult. So if Dragapult wants to outspeed me, which I do not know, was Dragapult was, I want to say it was picked, but I do not know. Is Dragon Ball not even allowed? Oh yeah, it was 18 points. So it was literally one of the highest tier Pokemon, and was picked. So this one already outpaces Dragon Ball. It gets close or not. Well, it does get close combat, but I meant play rough. It gets probably elemental punches too, like Ice Punch. Gets hidden powers back. I can use Rising Voltage maybe once in a lifetime. So pretty much how we're doing this is DLC 2 moves aren't allowed. So something like Grassy Glide, Kartana is banned. However, something like Rising Voltage, Alolan Raichu isn't banned because it's already on its moveset. So if that makes sense. So pretty much non-league stuff is in this. So pretty much the only thing, like Dragon Dance Sceptile's allowed, Dragon Dance Aerodactyl's allowed. So like those league movesets are allowed, but not the Crown Tundra moves, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially for my week 1 match, which I already know who I'm playing, so I'll probably make a team for that, maybe a team builder, we'll see. But yeah, Zeraora, it's a really good electric type. I love electric types. I think every team should have a good electric type, and especially this one. This is a great electric type. So yeah, I'm very happy Zeraora was already on the team. So the next mon that was already on the team is unfortunately Dragonite. I so badly wanted to trade this for Kyurem, but unfortunately I couldn't because I had to review what was necessary for this team, what I wanted was necessary, and picking up Kyurem for Dragonite definitely is not necessary over getting some more defoggers, getting some more hazard removal on this team, getting my cores done. So unfortunately I cannot pick up Kyurem. However, Dragonite is still a really good mon. I have it in MLD Season 2. I have not used it yet, but I'm planning to use it, and Multiscale is such a good ability. I mean, it's just insane ability to only take, what, half? At full HP, damage taken is half. It's just incredible for getting up subs and roosting and doing all that fun stuff. And yeah, I mean, this mon has base 600 stats, same with Zeraora, and it has really nice stat distribution. It can run Scarf stats really well, which is really good for me, bringing Scarf Dragonite. Defensively, I mean, 91 HP, 95 defense, and 100 speed F is not bad. It has a usable 100 special attack and a huge 134 attack, so this thing is going to be throwing some bombs on this team. I really do like it. I do think it's a really good mod for this team. But I really would rather have Kyurem, but that's besides the point. Apparently it gets Aqua Jet, so that's cool. It gets E-Speed, of course. Probably gets Dragon Dance. Does it get Coiled? No. It gets Curse, though. Interesting. Earthquake, Bone Claws, HPs are back. Yeah, I mean, it's really good at what it does. It's a really bulky mon at times, and it can really threaten teams if you don't prep well for it, and yeah, I mean, Dragonite's just Dragonite. Don't sleep on it, just because it's probably the worst pseudo, design-wise. So, next is actually, I think one of my least favorite Pokemon to use in draft, and that's mainly because it always underperforms, and you think it's good because it has the stats, and that's going to be Lucario. I mean, 110 physical and 115 special is definitely really nice because it gives you mix-up on that side, but I, for the life of me, cannot use this mon because it is, like... Alright, so at max special attack, it's doing 361. Like, that's not bad, but I feel like you need... Sorry. You need this mon to have specs. You need this mon to have Life Orb. You have to have its damage increase. You can never pretty much run leftovers unless you're running a lot bulkier or HP investment, which sucks. Yeah, you really need setup for this mon, and that's just not me. I like getting my damage in, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try and use Lucario. If it doesn't go well, so be it. I mean, this is my first season here. If I'm thinking we're doing at least one more season because quarantine probably ends somewhere in January, I'd have to say. Like, I don't mean to give you guys false hope, but like, we don't have a vaccine, so yeah, we'll see. But Quarantine Draft League probably gonna get season 4, if not a season 5 going. So yeah, it'll be really interesting. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter for this season. My goal is just top 10. We have 16 players here, so my goal is top 10 in my division. And if I can hit that, that's great. That's honestly all I'm looking for, because I do not like this team. But yeah, Lucario, really good mix-up, has pretty good type coverage overall. Has Bullet Punch and it has Vacuum Wave. So priority-wise, it's actually probably the best mon priority-wise on this team. So that's epic. And yeah, I mean, it's just really good at setting up and sweeping if you give it a chance. That's Lucario. Fairy Dragon Steel Core is almost done. And oops, I will not talk about cores, but you'll see when cores are done and stuff. I don't know if I'll keep a tracker on the screen, but yeah. So next we have Obstagoon. I'm not even gonna go like wait. Obstagoon, I believe, is 11 points, which I think is actually pretty fair for Obstagoon. I think it's a really good breaker. Obviously, if you sleep on it, it's gonna make you pay. It has Guts. It obviously has Guts. It has Reckless, which could be a lot of fun. I forget if Reckless affects Life Orb. I don't think it does, but like, I mean, Double Edge could be fun with this mon. This mon gets Gunk Shot for some reason. It can really be a defensive wall if I really want it to be. It gets Parting Shot. Obstruct is a thing. Can knock off. Obviously, though, Guts Flame Orb is a really good set, and it's really good at just breaking down some nice walls. Because of its very massive move pool. Well, not massive, but it has a lot of different moves, like Elemental Punches, like X Scissor, like Throat Chop, like Stalking Tantrum, like Shadow Claw, like Seed Bomb. So yeah, I mean, this mod has just so much that I can use, and it doesn't really even need speed. If this is going to be a wall breaker, it doesn't need the speed. It just needs attack, and yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a really good breaker for me. So as you see, I've drafted all offensive mons. Well, drafted in heavy quotes. So let's move on to a tank that I picked up because this team didn't have a tank originally. Like, it had no tank, so I needed some tanks, and we're going to pick up Florges. Florges, 11 points. I think that's kind of a steal. I was kind of expecting this to be around that 12-13 mark, and it just wasn't for some reason, so that's a dub. If you don't know what Florges does, it's a really good Wish Passer. It's a really good SpDef tank. 78 HP, 154 SpDef is insanely good. It doesn't even need to run SpDef investment sometimes, and just run some defense investment so it can live hits. Pure Fairy type is nice because that gives it no 4x weakness, which is really good for a wall. Of course, having more resistances is nice, but I think only having like Steel Poison weakness is really nice for it. And yeah, I mean, it's a really good cleric. It gets Defog. It's so far my second Defogger with Dragon Knight. Hidden Power Spec is nice because that gives it some coverage that it really needed. And yeah, I mean, it's just, this is a very, very solid mon. It gets access to really good moves. It gets Synthesis for recovery. It gets Moonblast, Heal Bell. It's a very, very easy mon to run every week because it provides so much good support for the team. And by the way, Orange is superior, so there's that too. But yeah, this team needed a wall. This team needed hazard removal because Dragon Knight's not going to be running Defog every week. So yeah, having something like Floor, just being able to get rid of things like Terrain and get rid of things like T-Spikes is really good for this team. Next, I have another wall, and I'm really excited to use this mon, even though it's Dolly. That's going to be a Alomomola. Alomomola, first off, this gives me really good practice with its name because there's been so many times where you just keep going with the Molas. So that's another really good thing about this mon. Second off, I love Regenerator. I think Regenerator is by far one of the best abilities. I think if you want your team to do well, I think you need one Regenerator mon, at least. Because Regenerator is just such a good ability. But besides from that, sorry again. This mon is so good at just getting in your face. It gets Knockoff, gets Healing Wish, gets Wish, somehow gets Wish support as a Regenerator, like Aldino. This mon is just really incredible. It gives me a Water type, which this team didn't have previously. This team was it didn't have any Quartz, which was really bothering me, so I had to make some changes, of course. I just had to make some changes. But yeah, I mean, this mon is a really good cleric, really good wall, at least on the defensive side. SpDef could be better, but it's whatever. Plus, I already have Floor just as a SpDef wall. Yeah, Alomomola is really good. And again, if you don't prep for this mon, it can absolutely eat you alive with Wish passing. Toxicking is going to be really annoying. Toxic Protect Stall could be fun. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win, okay? I'm trying to win. But yeah, Aloma, really good Regenerator. I love Regenerator mons, and this just is right up my alley. And yeah. So let's move on to my next one. Wait. Okay, hold on. So, the next one on this team is going to be Espeon. This thing was 8 points. Only 8 points for Espeon. I will definitely take this one up to 18 points. And it was only 8 points. I definitely thought this would be 10 or 9 points because Magic Bounce is such a good ability. And having a 110 speed tier with 130 special attack is definitely another nice thing. And having Wish Passing and having Wish Support. Does this mon get Calm Mind? It does, so it can also pass stats. I don't know if that's legal. Give me a second. But yeah, I mean, like, you can obviously tell. Like, this mon has a lot of things. Let me switch up. Baton. You may pass stats, you may not pass speed. All the stats are allowed to be passed. So, yeah, the Calm Mind passing is going to be really nice. It gets recovery. Does mon get healing wish? I don't think it does. No, but it gets heal bell. So more clerics on this team is even more helpful. Because then I pretty much cannot lose to Stall, I think. Which is really nice. And this one getting hidden powers back is really nice. 130 special attack takes huge advantage of it. And this is actually my second fastest mon, behind Zeraora, of course. So that's speed tiers obviously could be better, but I don't think Espeon's bad. I think it can do a lot of things, which is really nice for this team. I like mons that can do a lot of different things. That's why Pixies, I think, are some of the best mons in the Draft League format because, I mean, Jirachi can run Iron Head 1 week and run Defensive Calm Mind Sweeper or Stored Power Sweeper or Rocks. Like, and Espeon being able to somewhat replicate that in the ways of spec sets and scarf sets, and then next week it's Light Clay, reflects light screen. I think that's really cool. And yeah, I mean, Espeon, I think it's just a really good mon, and I don't see how it was 8 points. So I took it and snatched it, and now it's mine, and it's on my team. So yeah, we're gonna see how Espeon does. Like I said, don't really have big expectations for the season. It's really just seeing how the team gels, and then if I make playoffs, I make playoffs. If I don't, I don't. That's all. But yeah, I think Espeon could be really a really big part of this team, despite being only 8 points. Next, we have Palossand. Oh boy, Palossand. This and Dragonite were two mons that I was originally going to trade, and I was going to trade this for Golbat. And the reason why Golbat is because of T-Spikes. Or not T-Spikes, well that too, but Defogging. Defogging, this team needs hazard support. Like, that was the one thing this team was missing, and unfortunately, I think Florges is our only other Defogger besides Dragonite, which is unfortunate, but you're gonna have to make sacrifices here and there. So, Palossand is another rocker. I say another, it's my only rocker right now, I think. This thing gets water compaction, and sand veil, but I mean, water compaction is going to raise its defense by 2 when it gets hit by a water type move, which is really nice, but kind of a bad ability. I mean, it's very situational, but I think it could be a really nice mon. Defensively, it has 85 HP, 110 defense, and 75 speed. Assault Vest is really good. It gets Shadow Ball. It got Poltergeist, which I think could be a really nice way of finding out items and scouting and everything. So yeah, I think this mon, it's good defensively. I will give it that. It's a very good defensive mon, but I think I'd rather have some other things. Namely Golbat, which is just a better wall in my opinion. Or wall in quotes, but yeah, so Palossand is going to be on this team. I've used Palossand, but yeah, I wanted to try something out. I want to try some new mons. Literally, I believe only 4 of these mons, not counting Palisand, I've used. So now 5 with Palisand. Yeah, I wanted to get some new mons, and I'm kind of doing that, so that's good. Up next, we have a grass poison type, and that being Vileplume. And I think Vileplume was very necessary on this team. I don't understand how this mon didn't get picked. It is tier 7, which is, or tier 7. I think it's just 7 points, right? Yeah, 7 points. It was just 7 points. This thing is an incredible wall. That's what it does in whatever tier it's in. I forget. I think it's probably an NU, either NU or RU at the time of making this video, which is like September 5th. So yeah, Vileplume is an incredible wall. It gets Strength Sap, which is really, really good at stopping Vish, which kind of just wrecks this team. Like, please tell me, besides Zeraora, what wants to take Vish? Like, even Dragonite. And Outrage is just going to demolish it. So, I definitely think Vileplume on this team is going to be really helpful in stopping a lot of offensive threats that want to try and, or physically offensive threats that want to try and hammer me down. This one also gets Leech Seed, which is really nice to know. It gets Effect Spore, which if you don't know, I'm pretty sure how this works is like, if a Pokemon's already asleep, and Effect Spore hits it, like another Pokemon on the team, and it falls asleep, that's fine. So multiple sleeps are possible now, which is great. I believe this one gets Sleep Powder, yes. So that's gonna be really good. It gets Toxic. I'll note one move, and that's gonna be Swords Dance. Offensive Vileplume is definitely will probably come 1 week, because that sounds like a lot of fun. Especially since Trick Room can be ran. Espeon does get Trick Room, so that's gonna be cool. I'm really excited about Vileplume in Trick Room. Offensive Vileplume with the 110 special attack and 80 attack. So yeah, you're probably wondering, like, where's your Mega? You've just rattled off some Pokemon, but you haven't even told us your Mega. And my Mega is Mega Camerupt. I've wanted to try out this Mega for probably around a month or so, and I finally got a chance. And I was talking about this in what's it called? What the heck? Why can't I think of it? I was talking about this in UTA Season 5. Literally, Mega Camerupt doesn't go for, like, it doesn't go in Legendary, it doesn't go in Adept, but in Initiate, it goes, like, how? I think Mega Camerupt is a really slept on Mega. I want to prove that Mega Camerupt is really good. If you don't sleep on this mon, it can absolutely decimate you. It has 145 special attack with sheer force. That's incredible. It gets Lava Plume, gets Earth Power, which just by in itself is really good. It also gets Fire Blast, it gets Flash Cannon. All of these moves I'm listing get affected by the by sheer force. It gets Rock Slide on the physical side. It can Yawn, Toxic. It also sets up rocks. It can also Roar. It's really good defensively. However, one big flaw that I don't like is its weakness to water and its weakness to ground. Those two types are very common, so it's a little unfortunate, but I think end of the game it's a really good sweeper, and I really hope I can take advantage of it. Its defenses are really good, and like 252, like what is it? 427 special attack with Modest Nature. That's incredible. And then 344, 236, 246 defenses. Ugh! I love this one. I really want to try it out, and I finally get my chance. I think all my cores are completed. So my last mon, oh yeah, Mega Camerupt, by the way, really good special attacker. and it can sweep and stuff. So that's kind of mega camera. So my last mon, when you look at this team, you're like, okay, you need removal. Like I have Espeon. Espeon can bounce things back. I have Florges, which can defog, and I have Dragonite, which can also defog maybe once or twice. So this team really needs hazard removal, and originally I had Decidueye here, which does give me a defog, but that was in my original plan with Kyurem and Golbat, and unfortunately I could not be able to, I wasn't allowed to do that because I was making 8 instead of 6, so instead I'm gonna have to settle for Armaldo. Armaldo, I think is a little slept on. This mon can run Assault Vest really well. It gets not only rocks, but it gets Rapid Spin. Typing wise, it could be better. Rock Bug is definitely really bad because you have a water weakness. Ground is now neutral. A lot of types are now neutral. Fire actually being neutral is kind of good. But point is, a lot of types are neutral, and you have a lot of weaknesses, not many resistances. So Armaldo kinda doesn't work in that way. 45 base speed tier is kind of bad. However, this mod is very slept on. What am I saying swept on? Armaldo's really slept on defensively. 75 HP, 100 defense, 80 speed up. Like I said, has a lot of weaknesses. However, I think just getting Rapid Spin for this mod is really nice for it. And it can run heavy duty boots because apparently Rock and Rock are not. I don't understand how Rock versus Rock is neutral, but sure. Armaldo, really, I think he can do a lot of things defensively. I've used Bug Monotype, so I know a thing or two about bugs. I think Armaldo is really good. It was only 4 points. This was my lowest mon. And yeah, that is my team of 11. My first matchup is going to be against a Kartana. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's Kartana and Bulu, which, oh my god, that, if they got Grassy Glide, oh my god, if they both had, not got, because they both got it, but if they both had it, oh, that would have been insane. I think this team could deal with it, but yeah, I'm really excited about this draft. I'm not too thrilled about the team, though. I mean, I definitely would have rather had Kyurem than Dragonite, and I'd definitely rather have Golbat than Palisand, because I've never used Golbat, and I want to see the hype around it. So yeah, that's going to be my team. Prediction, probably top 10 maybe at best. I don't know. But we'll see. So I'll see you guys next time. Week 1 probably. And yeah, that's going to be me on signing out. So have a good day. Peace out, boys.